From Gen Wealth Financial Advisors, it's the fastest 4 minutes in investing.
Well, last week on the Get Ready for the Future show, John, we talked about March Madness in the stock market, March Madness just in general, and we're going to kind of pick up on that theme and go a little deeper today with our fastest 4 minutes in investing. It's March Madness, the stock market edition. We tip of our cap once again to LPL Research, to always making the data fun. Yep. And they do this, I guess since I've been here, they do the final four factors. So we're going to tee up basically, if you think about bracketology from a stock market perspective, we've got the final four set. And we're going to talk about the final four factors that can contribute in LPL Research in our minds to what happens in the stock market the rest of 2021.
Well, I think that vaccines are going to be kind of the number one driver of economic growth, because as people begin to feel more comfortable with the threat of COVID and the fact that they have some defense against COVID and those numbers continue to go down, we're going to see economic activity, I think, explode, not just get back to where it was. I think it's going to be rip-roared. I think people have a pent-up demand for travel and what have you, and a ton of that, Scott, depends upon a successful rollout of the vaccines. And here in Arkansas, they just opened up more vaccines, and we're going to see that roll out across the country.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out, it's easy to forget in the South and in Arkansas, where we didn't shut down completely for very long. A lot of states did. They stayed in place for quite a long time, and they're just now getting out. So the vaccines, I think, will spur that growth, that economic spending that is obviously very big component, consumer spending, to the success of the economy. Okay, number two is policy, and that's always probably in the final four factors, but specific to the stimulus package.
Yeah, the stimulus package is going to be good for the short term as far as pumping some more liquidity into the economy and giving us a boost in spending and things of that nature. That's going to be positive. There is a concern about this, obviously, that we're putting too much money, too much burden, too much debt on us, and that's going to have a dilutive effect on the economy into the future. But for right now, for 2021, we think stimulus comes in at number two.
Okay, so number three of our final four factors, the March Madness stock market edition, is profits.
Well, as I love to say, we love the earnings of companies as a barometer for how the economy is doing. And frankly, Scott, the United States economy is set up to grow 6% or more in 2021. And earnings could just be off the chart, because companies had depressed earnings about this time last year. Everything came to a screeching halt. So, comparatively speaking, that's going to be a great boost. And earnings are looking very strong in the first quarter. They were strong in the fourth quarter, looking very strong in the first quarter. We think that earnings come in the top four at number three.
It'll be interesting to see how much the stock market has already baked into that plan, as well as it has been doing. The market's kind of been ahead of the rebounding economy. So we'll see how much that factor plays into the market over the next few months as well. And then finally, it's rates, and we're talking about interest rates. We've been talking about that quite a bit.
Yeah, interest rates have an effect on the economy. Rising interest rates will slow economic activity. If we have rates bump up a little bit, but not too much, we'll be okay. If rates rise quickly, look out for the impact of that, a negative impact on the economy and in this final four. Speaking of four, the fastest 4 minutes in investing is actually evolving here at Gen Wealth. You're going to be a big part of it. We want to kind of tease that to our listeners, have them on the watch for some changes coming up.
They're kicking you off of it. I don't know what happened. So I'm going to deliver the fastest 4 minutes in investing. It's going to be offered into your email box directly. You can subscribe to it and get it once a week. So be on the lookout for that change in the next couple of weeks. We'll talk more about it on the Get Ready for the Future show, which continues right after this.